Alrighty guys, how's it going? Back again with a weekly review. I know you guys missed me. I did upload yesterday, but now I am uploading again today because we gotta look back at this week. This was a beautiful week. Looking at the weekly right here. Now this was previous week, first week in January. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Closed right below this bullish fair value gap, aka BISI. We'll be dialing down to the daily. Now on the daily, this is what we see. Let's see here. So previous week beforehand, we went into this bearish FVG, or a SIBI as they call it. We filled 75% of this SIBI and rejected lower to sweep this sell side liquidity on the daily. I marked this down as equal lows because it didn't really make a move down. You know, this swept, came back up, hit this SIBI again on the daily, and here we are today. We're on the week. That was the first week of this year. Now we got Monday. Monday led into this bearish fair value gap. Obviously wicked through but closed within, as you can see. Now, when Monday opened up, it created this new week opening gap. So we got that to look for in the charts. Now, as we see, following day, Tuesday, bump into the consequent encouragement of this daily SIBI. Now let's dial down to the 4 hour, because this is where it gets juicy. I really like the 4 hour because you get to dial in on everything. Oh my gosh, look at this, another SIBI. Now this SIBI is basically where the SIBI was on the daily. So the daily FVG was basically here, but I marked out the 4 hour because price precisely to the tick filled this FVG, and it's just beautiful. Look at this, beautiful. I can't tell you how much I love this price action right here. Now this was Monday, so Monday went up right at 10 o'clock, made a high of the top of this SIBI, rejected, and we kind of just consolidated until Tuesday 6 a.m. we rejected off the consequent encouragement of the SIBI again. Now let's dial down into the 1 hour. Now in the 1 hour, it gets even juicier. I forgot to tell you, but it gets juicier in the 1 hour. Okay, now look at this. Sweep buy side liquidity at 9 o'clock. That is most likely 9:30. I am guessing that is 9:30 right there, just because how 9:30 be acting. You know, it loves to sweep the liquidity before moving in one direction. So we have this on the 1 hour. This is what we're dialing in on, really. And then we see a drop down, break through our new week opening gap that we charted out, return back in it, wicked in it, perfectly left it, and then we consolidated. It looks like, so this was the end of the day on Tuesday. Yep, so Tuesday had a big drop at 9:30. This is my guess. We'll dial in and check it out, but 9:30 most likely. Dialed in, break past new week opening gap, come back in, bow, rejected again, finish the day off at 3 p.m. kind of 4 p.m. and then consolidate until we get to Wednesday. So let's go into the 5 minute. Let's go into 5 minute and we'll break it down. Now I'm just gonna skip Monday because it was a bullish day and it wasn't really a bearish day like we were expecting the week to be bearish. So We're not really going to pay attention to Monday, but we will pay attention to Tuesday because that's perfect price action. Pretty much perfect price action. Now, as I said, what do we got here? What is this time? 9:30. That's 9:30. We sweep the liquidity I marked out previously. Sweep the liquidity, 9:30. Boom, breakdown. Come back up. What is this? Uh-oh. That is a breaker block. Now, we go to the top of the breaker block. Well, go to the top of the breaker block to the tick. I'm sorry. I'm messing up my words. I'm so excited. Now, we do also go into the SIBI. You see how we don't close on the outside of the SIBI? We kind of stay within the SIBI. That is good news. Now, that is what we want to see. We want to see price go into the fair value gap, not close above it, and also hit the top of the breaker block and reject off of it down, breaking structure to the downside, creating the SIBI. Now, we did tap right back in to the SIBI right here and broke down again, going past a new week opening gap. Now, we do come right back inside, kind of fill in this 5-minute FEG to the downside, also retouching this new week opening gap. Now, these new week opening gaps are more of a magnet for price, I would say. Price is relatively going to seek these new week opening gaps. So that's why I like to label them on the charts. It's good to have. Now we break away from this FEG, sweep, sell side liquidity. Now this does look, not going to lie, these wicks look like a reversal. These wicks look like a reversal because we did not close below this low. So these wicks just tapping into it looks like a quick sweep of liquidity and to the upside, but that is not the case. Price just wanted to seek the new week opening gap again to return back to the downside. And that was Tuesday. Tuesday finished up pretty much, hit bottom at 335. Market closes at 4, so after that we just consolidated for the rest of the day until Wednesday. Now this is a 1 hour FEG. Let's go to it. 1 hour FEG, as you can see here, tons of chop. And the New York Open, tons of chop. I remember this day. I did take an L on this day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did take an L because of how much chop was here. Now we will dial down to the 5-minute. As you can see, we reached into this 1 hour, consolidated, broke buy side liquidity at 10 o'clock. So we broke buy side liquidity at 10 o'clock, reaching farther into this 1 hour FEG, returning to the downside, sweeping some sell side liquidity, but not the major sell side liquidity we're looking for. Now price returns back up, pretty much consolidating all the way back up, sweeping buy side liquidity again, and returning all the way down to this sell side liquidity that I would have been seeking beforehand. At this sweep, at this 10 a.m. sweep, I would have definitely been seeking this sell side liquidity, but it did not reach that. We had to go back up, fill more of the 1 hour FEG, and sweep buy side again. So this Wednesday was not really the best of the best, I would say. It's not the best price action you're ever going to see in your life. You know, you definitely want to skip out on these days if you identify them beforehand. Now let's move on to Thursday. Now Thursday was a holiday. I'm pretty sure it was a Jimmy Carter holiday because he had his funeral on this day or something like that. They had a no trading day. I don't know why. I don't know how his funeral would conflict with trading at all, but you do you. Give me a little break in the week. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Now we go on to Friday. Now we have a 9:30. 9:30 made this high reach into this 5-minute FVG. Now this 8:30 candle, this was NFP if I'm not mistaken, made a giant move to the downside, left a fair value gap, price reached back into it. At 9:30 we dropped even lower, sweeping our draw on liquidity for the week. Now that was basically what we were targeting all week, and we finally achieved it on Friday. Now after sweeping this not buy side but sell side daily draw on liquidity, we really didn't have too much of good price action to trade off of, besides some small scalps on the 1 minute and 3 minute. And then we just wrapped up the day in a little bit of consolidation. And yeah, that pretty much ends the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly review. I would like to do more in the future. Please leave a comment down below if there is any suggestions of what I should add in the weekly review. I'll try to post these on Saturday. I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend.